Hello, everyone. On behalf of Library Makers, I'd like to welcome you to Behind the Scenes, Makerspaces Serving Library Staff and Stretching Budgets. We're very excited to have our guests today, and I'll introduce them in just a moment. I'm going to end the poll really quick just so we can see a little bit about where everyone's from. Normally, we get a lot of people from the Midwest, but it looks like the South and the West has cut it out today. Public libraries seem to be the #1 spot people are from, and rural libraries. So thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. But today, my name is Marnie Balint. I'm the Experiential Learning Supervisor here at Skokie Public Library, just outside of Chicago. And I am on the Events and Programs Committee, as well as Kelly, who is here as my co-host today. So
Hello.
we're very excited to have you learn more about our presenters, and we'll introduce them in just a moment. But Library Makers is a community that connects and supports library staff from all over the country in libraries, big and small, who are all at different points in their maker journey. So whether you are just getting started or you've been making for many years, we welcome you to our online community. LibraryMakers.org has its own social platform where you can connect and get to know one another, share questions, ideas, and resources, and enjoy blog posts on relevant topics and peruse a video library of past events. So please note that today's event will be recorded and eventually will go up on our YouTube page as well. Before we get started, as you can see, we just talked about that quick poll. So thank you so much for everybody for joining that with us. I'm going to share the results so you can take a look at it. Information is so helpful. We encourage all of you to go back and fill out your profile on Library Makers so others can know a little bit more about you and you can easily connect with other people with similar interests. And now I'd very much like to introduce Mary Robinson, who's the Digital Services Librarian, and Dominic Dute, the Technology Supervisor at Novi Public Library. They're going to share today more information about behind the scenes, makerspaces serving library staff and stretching budgets. We're also going to share a Google Drive link. They're going to talk a little bit about this and you can upload resources as well. So Kelly's going to drop this into the chat right now. They're going to talk a little bit more about that very shortly. And a note for this program specifically, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them in the chat. At the end, when Dominic and Mary are done, I'll ask them the questions so you don't lose place of where you wanted your question to go and you don't have to keep track of it. So as the workshop continues, please feel free to type your questions and I'll ask them at the end and go through all the questions. But for now, I'm going to turn it over to Dominic and Mary. Please welcome them very much. I'm stopping sharing my screen, so Mary and Dominic, you're good to go. Great, I think you're still muted, Dominic and Mary.
Hi, everyone.
How's that?
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you to Marnie and Kelly for keeping us in line. We really appreciate their help in getting this presentation out to you. We are going to share our slides, which are chock full of all sorts of images and visuals about some of the stuff we've been doing because you'd rather look at that than at us. So yes. Here you go. Right. Sure. Okay. Yep.
Can everybody see that? Is it looking good?
Looks good. All right. Thanks. All right. Yeah. So we're here in our makerspace. We temporarily closed it for this presentation. We just thought it'd be great to be in the space for this presentation. We spend a lot of our time here. And this space, you know, when people think of makerspaces, oftentimes, you know, whether it's even a makerspace on a cart or in a dedicated room, they picture 3D printers whirling around. Ours is actually cranking out stuff behind us. Patron projects spread out on the tables, sewing machines may be whirling away, programs could be going on. And that's all true, you know, that is kind of what we're here for. But today we're flipping the scene a little bit and we want to look a little more internally, and we want to talk about how makerspaces aren't just for the public. They can be incredible resources for us, the library staff.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about how we've used the Makerspace equipment and software for in-house projects, saving money, saving time, being more convenient. You'll see some of the things we talked about, how much money we've saved, how much time we've saved in doing so, and the fun we had in creating these. So mainly it's about saving money and time and dealing with vendors. If it's all DIY, you've done signage, organizing tools, materials for staff-led programs, and just in-house solutions for things that are broken or would need a vendor to come in otherwise. Saved us a lot of money over the years.
Yep. Yeah, and over the years we've talked as we've, made things for staff or, kind of turned on a dime to, to repair something or come up with a solution. We've always wondered what other libraries do, how they serve their internal community, not just the external public one. So we want this session to be interactive and collaborative. We'd love to see what you're doing. And as mentioned, we've created a shareable Google Drive. Everyone that has access to the link can edit this drive. And we really encourage you to, upload some pictures, documents, whatever you think will benefit the library maker community. So whether you've designed something to that made a staff task easier, hacking your way to an ingenious in-house tool, or just have ideas brewing, we would love to hear about it.
So basically, this is a creative exchange. We're going to share some of our examples, but we hope you'll share your own examples and successes as well, and any tips or tricks you've come up with. And we hope together we can spark new ideas and new innovations and how makerspaces can support not just people in our communities, but our colleagues as well.
Okay, so we're going to take it away. So this first slide just has the link, but that I do believe is in the chat already, right? Okay. Yep. But if you have, we did test it out, but if you have difficulties, please, let us know. Right. Okay. Yep. And you can, just to keep things organized, and we want to give credit where credit's due. If you can put your library name, if you could, in the title, you can drop it in there and then rename it to include your library, whatever is easiest for you. And then hopefully we can, this will be part of the shared recorded video at the end. And then also I'm hoping we can get it on the Library Maker Wiki that was presented in October. All right. Okay, so a little background. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, this space, we're blessed with a large space. It used to be a computer lab housing 24 computers for the public in a closed room with an instructor station, but over the years it became underused. So we came up with the idea, let's change it into something that could be used more often. Mm-hmm. And the Makerspace was born. We had a few pieces of equipment early on, a small 3D printer, some digitizing tools, but it officially opened 6 years ago in 2019. We're over 6 years old, keep expanding, trying to find room to expand. We're team-based. It's not just one or two people, and the team is comprised of people from various departments, information services, from the IT department. We even have facilities drop in. They've been a great help. So the team-based approach works because we can depend on each other, exchange ideas, tips, troubleshooting. One person might be strong in one area to help others, and yeah, it's just been a great approach.
We have some with a strong tech background. Mm-hmm. We have some on the team that have a stronger art, hands-on making background. So, okay. Thanks. Yeah, so the pictures, we're actually seated right here during this presentation. Okay. All right. So even though we have quite a bit of equipment in our makerspace, again, we're lucky to have that. But we have found over the years the primary players in serving our internal community, our colleagues and the library itself, tends to be primarily through sublimation printing, the laser equipment we have, as well as the 3D printers. And believe it or not, the Cricut, not as much. It was strong when we first opened, like with vinyl decals and stuff like
Yes.
that. But we were excited to see what sublimation printing could do for us. So.
Sublimation has almost supplanted Cricut
Cricut,
vinyl cutting
yeah.
as far as
Mhm.
the usability.
Yep. Okay. All right. So we're going to get started with just general building operations. The thing that we're going to keep talking about is how makerspaces offer quick turnaround, customization, and cost savings. And we thought starting with building operations was a great way to introduce that. Yeah, and so one example is I've got my little lockbox that you see in the picture there is because our makerspace is not staffed at all times, but is open to the public at all times, we've had to come up with ways to lock down equipment when staff isn't here. We have like when the space is open, it's kind of DIY. It's equipment that has a lot of documentation and instructions and walks people through it. But some of the equipment that might have a little danger element, like the heat presses, that sort of thing, or use expensive consumables like sublimation printing, our photo printer, that sort of thing. We lock, our solution was to lock up the plugs. And you can buy them, and $15 is not that much, but we were able to customize a lockbox design and save some money by locking things down.
Probably cost $1.50.
Yeah, if that.
That.
So that's just one thing that we did.
Yeah, other ones, a few years ago, we used a 3D printer for our security camera mounts. The vendor was going to charge us, I don't know, between $900 and $1,000. We made them, we designed them ourselves in Tinkercad, partnering with library staff and facilities, came up with our own version of a camera mount for pennies, really. You'll see some examples there.
And we could get them up quickly.
Yeah, quickly, no turnaround, no waiting on vendors. This is a huge advantage of having your own makerspace and knowing what to do with it. So the right of the camera mount, and you'll see us wearing a little name badges. We used to have plastic name badges, so when you get a new employee, a new staff member, it would take weeks to get a new badge for them. Here we can make it on the laser, as you can see, or we're in the process of transitioning to sublimated aluminum badges with our color branding. Those would be really nice.
Yeah, and a new employee on boards,
Yep.
we can get them their badge almost that
in
day.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, in minutes.
So we can also do custom lanyards. So during summer reading, during
Oh,
other
yeah.
programs. Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but we can add text to it. We can promote things. So we're going to try and move a little quickly,
Yeah.
just because even though there's more on the slides than we're going to talk about.
There's a lot.
Yeah, but we want we want sharing time.
Yes, sure. Questions?
Yes. Okay. So staff here, it's probably true for your libraries as well. We love organizational things. We love office or desk supplies. We love to keep everything nice and tidy because we work with each other. So we've been able to make custom info desk or service desk organizers for all the various slips of paper and sort of things like that.
Jessica just made a 3D printed monitor stand. Very nice.
Yep. Somebody mentioned that they didn't like looking down at their monitor. Oh, we have a solution. So, yep. Probably next day we were able to make it.
And simple things like fixing a tape dispenser spool or cable wraps for the cables we check out to patrons.
Yeah, we even tried our hand at 3D printing pens. We're not going to do that for everybody, but it was a fun experiment. And then library staff love their carts.
Oh, yes.
So we've had a fun making custom cart accessories. So for your cup holders and that sort of thing. The Makerspace has creative kits that can be used in the space. And one solution to a problem we had was our coin batteries were losing their charge if they were like touching each other. So we were able to make custom coin battery boxes. So it was a fun way to figure out a solution for a problem.
Everyone likes organization tools. I must have like 3 or 4 different organizational pieces of office equipment on my desk alone.
Yeah.
I get carried away.
Yes, we have fun. Okay.
This is the fun. This is the one I love. So the signage and wayfinding. You'll see some basic examples up here. Staff only, sublimated magnets, just general signage, signs along the public restrooms alerting of a family restroom on the first floor and so forth. But the big thing on here are these international collections. Shannon O'Leary, one of our librarians, runs the international collection. And before it was just black and white shelf labels, kind of yawn, boring. We made these on sublimatable aluminum signage. Shannon designed them. We've
In
printed them
Canva.
out in Canva,
Canva.
printed them out here on the Sawgrass sublimation printer, and applied them to aluminum signage. And make sure you get the rounded corners.
Rounded corner.
You don't want little kids running into these, the sharp corners, the rounded corners. So safety first, that's a big thing. But we're both on the safety committee.
Yes, we're on the safety.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And so around, and these look spectacular. This is one of my favorite things to show off. Shannon
Yeah.
did such a good job. I love these.
And it was a great example of collaboration with other departments and staff. Shannon had she tried to find a vendor that could do something like this and was unsuccessful, or it was too costly. She brought it to us. We were able to give her some options, and we're all very pleased how it turned out.
That was a fun project. It was fun
fun.
to have fun with this. This
Mhm.
is the thing, and
Yeah.
the public loves them too. It makes it easier. Yeah, I could talk about that all. But let's.
No, I know. Yep. So displays, we've been able to enhance various displays. This example is our Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month display, where we had all, books and objects and things like that, but we were able to, add designs that we found.
Slice it up a bit.
Yes. So the other thing that we've been doing is making a lot of 3D printed book stands. We always seem to run out with those metal book stands.
Those are clear acrylic.
Or which break and crack and get dingy. So we were able to find some designs that actually we can print 2 on a plate, these curvy ones. They look cool, they're kind of sculptural, and they really don't use that much filament.
No.
And they stack together nicely so we can store them. And they're all sorts of fun colors.
Is it a cool look other than those metal and acrylic stands that everyone knows and hoards and that they break and bend? And we can just print them on the fly, and it takes a couple hours to make one and not much cost. These are great look.
All right. So, part of our displays and things that we do in here is promoting resources and collections and services. One thing that we've been doing, we've been creating a lot of bookmarks for not just policies, but also for resources. And so we've been making custom bookmark stands. Our 3D printers can do multiple colors, but it's wasteful. So we found that acrylic works really well on PLA filament. And so we can highlight the text with acrylic, or you can glue on a label. And so that has been effective and inexpensive. Yep.
So we serve a large community in Novi, Michigan. It's a suburb of Detroit, between Detroit and Ann Arbor. And our library is kind of centrally located, or more on the south side. The north side doesn't get a lot. They have to drive further. So a few years ago, we have a kiosk on the north side of Novi, lending library. At a park, Lakeshore Lending. And so the first example, we 3D printed, which basically looks like a brick to me, but someone found this and I scaled it up, and we created some stickers to adhere to it, just to give people a sense of what it would look like to promote its coming.
We placed them at the service desk just to give everyone a sense of what was coming. Of course, you can see what actually is there.
Just to promote curiosity about it.
Yeah.
And people, is that gonna be the size of the lending library? It's a kiosk for ants. But it's not. It's big. It's really nice.
The little books.
The little books.
Which we'll see in the pretty book. Yeah. We can
you're too funny. You should.
we can promote collections as well. This was a fun one, Toad on the Road, and somebody found this fun little frog design. I think it's from Over the Garden Wall, but it works well with Toad on the Road. So programming, I know that's, I'm sure everybody, is using their maker spaces for programming and for generating the materials needed. But we've had a lot of success with that, not only in having programs in the makerspace, but the supplies needed. And then we can promote the equipment. Like, hey, if you really like this, you can come to the makerspace and make it yourself later on.
No,
That sort of
not
thing.
shown on here when AI was just rolling out, people were curious about it. We
Mhm.
just, at the same time, we had a nice Epson photo printer, high quality photo printer. We had people come in, create AI images and to showcase the new
Yeah.
equipment.
Yeah,
We had people, they could print them out for free, their
Mhm.
images, they created in AI just for fun.
for framing.
So it's a good way to promote the new equipment
Yep.
too.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, the mini bookcases was something we did this summer, big hit. That's your tiny books.
That's my tiny.
They're the tiny books. But yeah, and we've also been able to replace game pieces. We have a very popular chess club that meets, is it weekly
Yeah,
or
they're
bi-weekly?
growing.
Yeah, and it's huge. And when there are parts missing, we're able to replace them. So just
Yeah.
some more programming ideas. Yep, instead of buying it, make
Yeah.
it.
Very easily to replace.
Let's see, what's our time like? Okay, the thing I wanted to land on for programming, this has been pretty successful and people seem to really or be happy to get a IQ coupon as a prize. So for various programs we do prizes and coupons to make something for free in the makerspace has been a big hit. We have an on-the-road bus excursion, I think maybe 4 times a year. The coordinator for that program loves to do raffles on the bus, especially if it's longer than an hour drive to location.
Right, if it ties in, like you see the Spirit of Detroit, which is in downtown Detroit, we 3D printed a miniature version of it for a giveaway.
Yeah, people are happy. Yep. So we've really have been focusing on accessibility in our makerspace over the last 3 years. We've been working with community groups, as well as the schools with their special education classes. But we've also have thought of other ways to, besides those connections, how can we improve accessibility in the library with makerspace materials? So we've been, oops, sorry. We've been prototyping these tactile maps that include Braille that to be placed outside of rooms like restrooms and other like meeting rooms that are a little more stationary. Like you're not going to see, 20 chairs one day.
One configuration.
Yeah, one configuration, just to help folks that, that if you're blind or
Low vision.
to take the fear a little bit of going into a room.
So what you and I discussed the other
Yeah.
day, we don't have much accessibility yet for hard of hearing or deaf
Yeah.
people. So we want to explore that more.
Yeah.
That's a big.
Yeah, that's one area where we're looking to.
Yeah, we're lacking a little bit there.
So one other project that we started a few years ago were 3D printed assistive devices. This is something that we produce and distribute free to anybody. We have a menu of devices that you can choose from, which the community has loved. But what we were surprised is staff has been very interested in, and we've been making items for staff that can assist them in helping their daily life be go a little easier. So kind of on a related note, yep, everybody does community outreach. We have found that we've been able to deepen community connections with our makerspace. These are just some examples. We recently engraved glasses. A lot of glasses for a 65th anniversary. We've participated in the Enable project. We 3D printed over 200 of these prosthetic, low-cost prosthetics.
24/7, the old Dremel 3D printers.
Yeah.
Chugging along. And then we'd have students from the high school, usually the robotics team, mostly help assemble them.
And we had community days
Yeah.
and people could come in. So it's been great to utilize our resources for that. Yep, and part of the community connections, we've partnered up with the city departments, older adult services, historical commission, and rather than, you know, them going out and paying for things to give away, we've been able to make them in the makerspace.
We've done 5 Veterans Days now. We just did one recently over at the Civic Center. And each year something different, tote bags, coasters, ornaments. What do we do? Can't remember. Anyway.
Yeah.
There's something each year, something different.
Yeah.
And the community gets involved and it's a big hit. They have entertainment. It's a lot of fun.
But we're saving our city departments as well, the funds by making them. Yeah, kind of a community favorite is Tiny Art Show. We're going in our 4th year. And yeah, it's been a fun way to connect with the community. But the staff has really gotten into enhancing kind of our gallery experience. We've been trying to make the display for Tiny Art Show a little more like museum setting. So we've been 3D printing sculpture, familiar sculpture.
I want to put a little souvenir shop in. Really make it.
That'd be good.
Yeah. At the exit.
Yeah, there you go. At the exit. But we've also been able to laser cut or 3D print the easels to help display all the tiny artworks that come in. And then just for fun, we enjoy making things to make our service desks a little more presentable, fun, entertaining, that draw people in.
Or little morale boosts. Those little trees you see, the little impossible spinner twister trees at the holidays. People love them, and it just makes everyone a little happier. And the wellness committee, not on the wellness committee, should be on the wellness committee. But it's just fun making them. When we're caught up with patron prints, of course, the patrons always come first. But if the 3D printers are just kind of sitting there, yeah, let's make something for fun.
Dominic's very good at finding out what people like and then finding a design.
You have a knack for that.
Yes, yeah. Finding a design and then producing it for staff. Yeah.
It's fun.
And this, we just threw it in because we thought it was really cool. We didn't really have a large hand in it, but our local, our historical commission just finished this miniature replica of it was a historical, or it was a store, a general store in town, and it's no longer there, but they have photographs, and they created a replica, and most of the objects are 3D printed, and we were really impressed that they used that technology to do something like this.
Very impressive.
So, yeah, and so we're just about out of time. So I want to send that link out again, and we would love for you to share all the cool things you're doing. We want to learn from you, and yeah, so we've had fun. We feel honored to be able to serve our internal community, to help staff, make workflow function a little easier.
And bring a better quality of life
at the workplace. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I do have a few questions that have been in the chat, so I'd love to ask them to you.
Please.
So Angelica from Geneva Public Library has asked, what are your staffed hours?
Yeah, so we do have a team of about 7. Let me stop. Anyways, we do have a team of about 7 individuals that can cover our hours. It doesn't cover all open hours, however. So we do have a system that, like I said, we're able to lock some equipment down. We have a green light, yellow light, red light system that helps people know what they can use what equipment can be used if there's no staff in the space. And whether you need to make an appointment or you need staff assistance, folks can make an appointment. We post our staffed hours outside of the the space and on our website, and it's dynamic, can be changed instantly. Did you ever calculate how many hours we offer
for staffing?
staffing?
Seems to change a lot lately. So we've had people out because of medical leave, vacation, and so forth. So I think we're open. The space is open about 66 hours.
Yes,
But
that's
it's
what
not
I was
fully staffed
wondering.
for 66, maybe 40-ish, 35 to 40.
We do offer staffed hours every day except for Fridays, but Fridays we kind of keep open for taking appointments. So we can work one-to-one with somebody. But yeah, we should calculate how many hours.
We should, that's okay.
Yeah.
We should be there.
We had someone else ask, do you all have staff only equipment that you use, or are there days that you close to accomplish these projects? So you already answered that, which is great.
Yeah, so we use a red, yellow. I don't know if can you see that? Red, yellow, green. So green equipment is DIY, yellow.
If
you
you
need
stop sharing your screen, we might be able to see it a little bit better.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
see it,
great.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So we do have a green, yellow, red. I don't know if how that's showing up there. So red equipment is staff only, and that includes the laser, the CNC router machine, and 3D printing. 3D printing especially is run only by us. Laser and the router, the patrons can work alongside with us. But that's the system that we use.
Yeah.
Green equipment is all DIY, and the green equipment usually has some basic starting handouts, quick start guides like
Great.
that. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
But as for close to accomplish projects, we actually just usually work on them alongside our open hours. If we don't have members from the public that need assistance, we're able to work alongside to get it done. So we rarely close the makerspace.
Except for things like
Like
meetings,
this.
like
Yeah.
this, or when we have our committee meetings once a month, things like that.
Well, that's
great.
cool. Engrave the
Somebody
city.
asked, someone
That's
asked
really
if the
cool.
rubber stamps are carved with the laser printer.
Yeah, they are. So we've been having fun with rubber stamps. They have played a big part with our accessibility groups, especially for our people with disability groups. We found that was a great way to create signatures. We have some of our students that can't sign their name and are frustrated when their fellow classmates can. So we've been able to make custom rubber stamps with their signature or their name so that they can sign.
They loved it.
Yeah, it was very popular. So, and we do laser engrave them. We found an odorless rubber.
Pretty odorless.
Yeah, it still has a whiff of
It's not too bad.
But our makerspace is right next to our public computers for the adults. So we have to be a little, even though we have filters, filtration systems, we cannot ventilate outside. So we do have to be a little careful about
strong smelling thing, like acrylic we don't do, even though the laser can do it, we don't, because of the closeness of the other public patrons. It's like a nail salon on steroids. It's so strong, it's just too much. So some things we don't allow.
Yeah.
Okay. We have one more question. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Will you
Yeah.
share STLs or links for some of the things that you've shared here on your slides?
I wonder if I can put that in the Google Drive, because I'd have to find them to put them on here.
Totally.
So maybe I can put them in the Google Drive. Yeah, for sure.
Great.
The main things we use are, our printers, our 3D printers are Bamboo Lab, which I know is popular. So we use a lot of Maker World. We'll modify in Tinkercad. Thingiverse has been big. With our X tool, we have access to Atom, which is a lot of great laser engraving resources. So yeah, anything that's open source, because we're not distributing them or selling them, we tend to fall under the Creative Commons usage for some of the things that we modify or create.
Great. Someone asked, how do you manage training for staff on your team?
How do we manage that? Oh, that's me.
That's them.
So when we get a new person, You know, they get the whole orientation of the whole library. Okay, it's training. Like we just have a new person from youth services, Danielle.
Yes.
So I get with her when I can. So I'm usually the first person, since I'm the supervisor. I'll give them the tour of the space, start with some simple equipment like the green equipment, digitizing and so forth, Cricut, and then graduate up to the yellow and then the red equipment, the more complicated thing. So it's a matter of time. It's a process. But then being team-based, hey, you know, like Mallory's very good at sewing. You know, she took college
She's a
courses
fashion
on
designer. Yeah.
so Mallory's our go-to for teaching about the sewing machine, the serger, and the new embroidery machine we've got. So it's a team-based approach, drill. And it takes time to learn everything. There's a lot. Yeah.
Okay, great. Any other questions in the chat? You can either feel free to unmute or write your question right now. But if no more questions, we're going to wrap up, as this was we're just gone a few minutes over. So thanks everyone for staying with us. But thank you so much for attending our event today. We would love your feedback on today's event. So please, please fill out the survey that Kelly has just uploaded into the chat. Also, to get updates on future events, forum recaps, and links to recordings of events you might have missed, you can sign up for our newsletter, which is the second link. We publish bi-monthly, so you won't be spammed in your inbox. And you can also check out our event recordings by going to our YouTube channel, which Kelly will also share in the group chat. And then we have one upcoming event on December 10th, which is noon Eastern time. It's called Making It Work, Defining Our Shared Library Makerspace Challenges. And you can see more information at our events page that Kelly has also uploaded into the chat. So lots and lots of different links. We do have one more quick question, if you don't mind, really quick.
Yeah, of course.
Angelica asks, why did you go with Sawgrass instead of Epson for sublimation printers?
So Epson, you have to Frankenstein the machine a bit, if I understand correctly. You have to
they might have new.
They might have newer ones. But this when
yeah.
we got this was a few years ago, and Epson didn't have.
Yeah, so back in the day, Sawgrass was really our only option for buying a dedicated sublimation printer. This was in, I think, 2020 when we got it.
Yeah.
I think Epson now sells
a dedicated
one, and maybe the quality is great. If the cost is better and the quality is good, yeah, go for it. But back in the day, I think this Sawgrass was the only one on the market.
Short of hacking an Epson.
Yeah, yeah, and then dealing with the
mess. Yeah,
the mess.
Well, we're getting a lot of messages that everyone says thank you so much for sharing everything you're doing, and that thank you so much for the presentation. And we hope to see you all in the librarymakers.org chat for more discussions. Our community newsletter newsfeed is a great place to share more questions similar to this the Google Drive that you have. It's really great resources for the share. So thank you so much, Dominic and Mary, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Library Makers is a community created for library people by library people with lots and lots of ideas for maker experiences, as well as mutual support for running a successful maker program. Don't forget to enable your notifications, and thank you so much all for joining us today. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks,
everybody.